They sent the invitation in a glittering capsule that drifted through embassy air like a slow comet, ornate script pretending respect while announcing hierarchy. We were invited as guests to the Grand Conclave, allowed to speak after the elder empires finished praising themselves. 3 of us went, me as envoy, Lien the system's architect, and Sergeant Vale in dress blacks that could harden into armor between hello and goodbye. We carried no weapons, only a small case and the agreement to behave. The shuttle touched down on living stone, its veins bright as pulse, and balconies full of eyes watched the latecomers from Sol. I felt the weight of their certainty, that humanity should be grateful for crumbs. Vale walked half a step behind, unreadable. Lien held the case like the last seed of a burned forest. Smile, he murmured. Guest smile. I did. The chamber was a bowl of stars, crystal panels opening to black space, pylons humming with fields. Delegations climbed the tiers in gradients of polish and silence. The speaker rose, voice like rolling thunder. Humans of Sol, you are welcome. Offer your observations, then return to your sphere. He expected ritual to carry us along like debris in a slow river. I stepped to the dais and did not bow. We appreciate the courtesy, I said, and declined the script. Mandibles paused. Wings stilled. Vale's nails tapped once and stopped. Lien set the case down, the lid lifted. A lattice of microprojectors unfurled like silver reeds and exhaled light. Trade arteries pulsed, migration arcs glowed, patrols stitched and unstitched borders. We showed the galaxy as weather, pressure fronts of hunger, tides of debt, storm tracks of ambition. Maps of famine hid behind ceremonial triumphs. Pirate consortia thrived under polite fictions. Treaties winked in invisible ink. You invited us as guests, I said. We brought a gift, clarity. The speaker's eyes narrowed. Accusations are not gifts. Neither is polite catastrophe. Lien wove new layers into the air. Survival without balance is a countdown disguised as victory, he said. A matriarch with glass skin asked, what do humans propose? Another empire in different clothes. No empire, I answered. An agreement that punishes hoarding and rewards redundancy, that binds routes so no border can strangle a winter, that makes rescue profitable. We call it the pivot. The speaker gestured, sanctioned data tried to drown us. Our lattice drank, braided streams, and reassembled charts like a flock turning. In our model the famous stalemate dissolved in 9 moves, 6 commercial, 2 humanitarian, 1 theatrical. The theatrical is optional, I said. Audiences learn faster than committees. You are young, the speaker said. You do not know the price of interference. Vale stepped where the lights found the scar by her eyebrow. We learned price early, she said. We paid it at home, then changed the economy. We are not here to make you kneel, only to stop the bill from arriving forever. A merchant prince asked, what leverage do guests possess? None you can buy or bomb, I said. Reputation, timing, and a network of sworn favors you forgot how to keep. On the highest tier a minor delegation stood, sunburnt faces in rag robes. The humans funded our wells when your navy seized our river, they said. They asked only that we tell the story honestly. We are here to tell it. Protocol strained. Guests do not rearrange, the speaker warned. Then do it yourselves, I said gently. Approve the pivot. Make rescue lanes irrevocable. Uncouple cartel ports. Publish the algorithm that opens stockpiles when drought crosses threshold. Cancel pirate letters issued with a smile. Do that and guests remain guests. Silence deepened. I let the human signal arrive, a small smile that means the decision has already turned. The pylons dimmed a fraction, a clock, not a weapon. Cargo tugs beyond the glass began to move. No battleships, only convoys of aid flagged with escrow seals deposited that morning in the conclave bank by donors who would earn lawful interest pegged to mortality curves. We had built a market for mercy. The first ships aimed for the famine fringe the conclave debated each session. The second carried spare parts mapped to failing reactors. The third wave flew empty to lift refugees and return with stories. This is coercion, the speaker said. This is an opening, I replied. Vote the pivot and the convoys become yours by law. Refuse and they still deliver, and the markets that benefit will remember who tried to stop delivery. The glass matriarch laughed, bright and incredulous. You arrived as guests and built a stage out of our sky. We rehearsed on our own ruin, Lien said. We brought the set with us. Debate ignited, hot and exact. Old enemies found they agreed on rescue timing. Rivals admitted the math of redundancy hurt less than the math of funerals. A young admiral asked Vale how she kept her knife out of this. By sharpening other tools, she said. The vote board woke, square after square warming from doubt to gold. The speaker's square stayed dark. He studied me as if I were an unfamiliar coast. Your species will be insufferable in success, he said. Possibly, I admitted. But we bake apologies into our updates. His square warmed. The pylons brightened, applause rolled, drums, throat songs, wings, palms on rail. Beyond the glass the convoys bent toward first ports, transponders newly tagged with conclave authority. Some called it manipulation, some called it mercy. I called it the moment the galaxy remembered the difference between audience and chorus. We did not conquer. We composed. When the session ended, delegations pressed close, some to praise, some to pry. The glass matriarch touched my sleeve. Use your new fashion to repair something ugly before it becomes normal, she said. I promised. Vale finally laughed. It sounded like gravel choosing to become a riverbed. We unpacked the lattice like a gardener putting away tools after first rain. We walked the terrace under banners that meant something new. The speaker's private band reached my ear. Guests, he said, almost wry. Do not forget you are still guests. We remember, I answered. Good hosts learn quickly. On the shuttle I sat between my friends and watched the planet turn. In the canopy reflection I saw a face that had learned to carry storms without breaking, calm, stubborn, grateful. We arrived as curiosities and left having rearranged the balance of power, not by lifting a single gun or dropping a single threat, but by doing what humans do when a room pretends history is finished. We moved the furniture, opened the windows, and let the weather in. The conclave protocols updated in real time. Charters refreshing, clauses unlocking, dormant corridors waking like muscles after a long sleep. Couriers sprinted along the tiers with slates, translating victory into paperwork before the mood could cool. A historian at the rear wept, whispering that he had waited 3 lifetimes to see a vote that did more than trade uniforms on the same throne. I thought of coastal towns on Earth where sirens once meant storms and now mean festivals, of shelters becoming libraries, of ration lines becoming markets. Balance is never dramatic to those who want spectacle. To those who want tomorrow, it is fireworks enough.